as you can see on the screen, today we are working with call by value and call by reference. Call by value and the call by reference, both the concepts are with functions. That means whenever we are calling a function, we can call by value or we can call by reference. We will take an example. With the help of example, it will be clear what is the difference between the both and why we should use call by value and when we should use call by reference. So we start our programming with #include, which is required for your printf. So we will say stdio.h, that is main. You can do the whole concept in any other programming also. The concept is the same, just you have to make sure that the different steps of the display and all are different. Okay, let me take an example. With the help of example, it will be clear for us call by value and call by reference. Suppose we will take the example of exchange of two numbers. So I just write it here. For example, there is a exchange or swap. We had already done this, but today we are working with what is the difference between call by value and whatever we have done earlier, whether it was call by value or call by reference. So exchange of two numbers, or we can say swap of two numbers. So I take the values here. I take int. I can just directly initialize them. I say n comma m is equals to, I just initialize. You can use printf, enter the numbers, scanf and all, but I'm not going to waste the time. So this is n and m. Suppose I want to exchange them, that n should be 8 and m should be 9. So what is the funda? So I have to call a function. So I say exchange, because this concept is related to the exchange or swap. So you can take the name as it is. So I'm passing the values. We had done already functions concept, so you know that passing the values, that is with argument n comma m. Now just I write two more steps here. I say printf here and I say before exchange n is equals to %d, put a space, m is equals to %d with the /n, and then I just try to make sure that both the values should be printed. So if I just go with the same statement, control C, that is smart work, and control V, but here I am saying after exchange. Okay, so this is a concept, but if I just try to run the code, it will prompt you an error because I had made the call for the exchange, but the definition is not there. So we have to make the definition part of it. So we will just press an enter after a header file, and we just say the same name which we had used. Exchange, the spelling should be the same. If you are not putting the same spellings, then it will be the problem. So I just say int n comma int m. You can put y, z or any other, alphabet or any other name here. That's the reason we say it's a formal parameter. You can take any name, but the data type should be same, and we know it's a function, so we may make sure that return type should be there. If you are passing some value, returning some value, then the int, float or any other, otherwise the float. What we have to do, we have to exchange it. So we know the exchange process, t is equals to n, then m is equals to, no, this time we are just saying n is equals to m. We know that, so we are not going to explain this time because we know the concept. We had already worked in the last lectures, so you can just go through these videos where I have given the concept of how we are going to swap using variable, that is temporary variable, or without temporary variable. That's the same thing. Now you just paste the line here again, and you will say in exchange. In function you can put like this, not in exchange. You will say in function exchange n is equals to, you can put it like this, in function n is equals to this and m is equals to this. If I just try to run the code, if my program is right, it will prompt you something like this beautifully. It is saying before exchange n is 9, m is 8, in function n is 8 and m is 9. That means it has exchanged it. After exchange, oh, it's saying n is 9 and m is 8. That means whatever I am doing here will not reflect to here again. That means, for example, there is a scenario, you are a team leader and there are the developers, and you have given some task to the developers, and they are returning some calculated value, and it is not reflecting in your program part. So that then it is no use. isn't it? So that means in this case, what is really going to be and what type of this calling is, and this type of calling is now called as call by value. That means whatever we have done till the time with the help of functions, that is call by value. In call by value, what exactly is happening, we are just passing some duplicate value, that is a copy of a value which is here, and then any change in the copied, that is any change in the clone, will not reflect to the original value. So that's the reason it is not reflecting here, right? But this is a problem somewhere. When we want to reflect, it should be reflect. So here it is not reflecting. So this thing you have to remember, call by value is a concept where we are passing some duplicate value, and the duplicate value, any change in the duplicate value here will not reflect to the original calling program. Here you have to remember this main is called as calling program, and this one is called as called function. That means these terms you have to remember for the from the point of your interview. Okay, quickly. So this is call by value. What is call by reference? As the name indicates, that means change will be in the reference. That means change will be always in the calling part. So we will say reference means we know address, so we are calling it with the help of address. So we put ampersand here. That means we are passing some address to the called function here. That means when the declaration is there, we know we had done already pointers and all in the C programming. When we say if you have some problem in pointers, let me know in comments, then I'll make sure that I'll make one video on pointers also. So when we are passing some address to the variable, that means their declaration will be, now instead of this simple n, we have to put star or asterisk or indirection operator with it. So we say asterisk with the value. So now I am here for the declaration of the pointers. So pointer says whenever you have to treat with the values, you need to put the star before it, that is asterisk. Technically we say asterisk. So we put asterisk here, we put asterisk here, we put asterisk here, not in the temporary variable, other values. And we want to print the value. We know when the pointers are there, whenever we have to print a value, we will put a star or asterisk before it. Whenever we have to print the address of it, we just say like this. Okay, I just make sure that, see, if I'm not putting star here, if I just try to run the code will work and it will display something. But see, if you are able to see that it is showing you some address part of it. I don't want address part of it, I just want value part of it. So I just say star here. If you just try to run the code with the help of call by reference, you will see now it's 9.8, it's 8.9, and it's 8.9 that we want. That means if a team leader is giving some tasks to the developers are reflecting something, calculations and all, it should reflect in the original program where from the program is, or from the project is going to start. So this is the concept which is called as call by reference. That means call by reference, this is not now call by value, this is now call by reference. That means call by address. We know this is an address operator we had already worked with. So call by reference means when we are passing some address, that means any change in that particular address will obviously reflect, any change in the particular address will reflect to the whole content. If you give, I can give you a simple example. For example, if you want to send a gift to your friend and a friend is not there and he or she is visiting any other place, but still you will send the gift to the particular person at the particular address. But what if the case is the address of your friend has been changed from one place to another place, or from one city to another city? Then you have to post that particular gift to the particular city where now your friend is. So this is called as call by reference. Hope all the whatever we have learned today, it's clear to you. And if it is really clear to you, then put a thumbs up, share with your friends, subscribe my channel. I'll meet you in the next chapter of programming. Till then, take care. Bye bye.